Hey everyone, I'm Andrew Bronski, and this is my channel for educational technology, or ABC for EdTech. In this video, we're looking at Brightspace Portfolio, and specifically the My Device mode via the mobile app, which is a really great option for either educators in the classroom using their own device, or for any students who have their own device too. So very common for our secondary students and our post-secondary students. Okay, so why would you want to use Brightspace Portfolio and specifically the My Device mode via the mobile app? Well, it's a really quick, easy way for educators in the classroom or students either in the class or outside the class to quickly document learning with a picture, a video. They can optionally add an audio recording, and with a click, just send it up to the cloud, and it's there and accessible for both the student and the teacher in their classroom via the web. Lots of really great options with this. Once it's in the web, both the student can access it and reflect on their learning and just kind of share their reflections on it, thinking about their progress over time. It's really great for a metacognitive piece for the student and for the educator. They can review it, they can give feedback to the student, they can make optional private comments just for themselves and or other educators in their class, and there's assessment options. You can attach a rubric and assess that rubric. If you're using standards or expectations in the master review in Brightspace, you can add those, level them off. There's just really, really great options there. And if you're coming from an organization with Brightspace for parents, there's also the option to share it with the parent as well. So with that being said, let's dive in. First off, we're going to start with the app here. Now, I'm going to look at this from an iPhone, but it works really the same on Android or iOS. It's a free mobile app to download to your mobile device. It can be on a phone or a tablet. Okay, so you should be able to see my phone up on the screen now. I've already downloaded the app to my device, so you can see the little portfolio icon there with the purple colorful leaf. I'll highlight really quickly, there's also Brightspace Pulse, which is a great way for students or educators to access quick resources and announcements on their mobile device, and that Brightspace for Parents app for parents to access this learning as well. So I'm going to click on the colorful leaf to jump into Portfolio. And because I've logged into the app already with my account just one time, because it's using that My Device mode, it jumps right into the camera. So it's just ready to go for you. If it's a student, just again, snap and go. And then the same thing for an educator. Looking here in the app, across the bottom left, I can see the little cloud icon with a little sun, the mountain icon with the sun. That allows me to jump into my camera roll, select anything I've taken a picture outside of the app with, picture or video, and upload it here to my portfolio. The circle with the red dot in it in the bottom left is the video option. So I can record a quick video. If I want, I can flip this into selfie mode. So you can see off to the right there, there's a camera with kind of circle lines around it. If I click that, it flips into selfie mode here. So I could record myself and do a quick reflection. I can flip that back. Or with the option in the middle there, I can snap a picture. So I'm going to do here. So I've got this little UgMonk note taker here, my plan for the day. I can frame this up and click the camera icon. And it will show me my photo down in the bottom right. I can take multiple photos here. So if I want to kind of highlight my notebook and the speaker, I can frame that up and snap the picture as well. So you can snap multiple photos here. This is really helpful for an educator looking to go around and do lots of learning in their class and not take the time to tag it to the student yet. They could snap multiple photos and then come back when they're ready and choose to add those to students' portfolios. So we'll see that here. Now, I'm logged in with a educator account, so this is a view as a teacher, but this would work the same for a student. Now, when I want to upload these to the portfolio in Brightspace, I'm going to click on the bottom right, the picture or the icon of the picture or the last picture I took. So I click on that. It pops over there and I can see the two photos I've taken here now. So I can review those. I've got different options here. Up in the top left, if I want to go back to my camera, I can click the little camera icon to jump back and do some more documentation there. Up in the top right, I'll see a 2 with a cloud and an up arrow. That's for me to just go and upload these right now to a class. but I also have the option to click into them. So I'm going to click into my first one here, the picture of my plan for the day, my to-dos. I can add a title here. So let's go daily plan for my title. And I'll see an option here for a microphone. So I can actually record audio. Now again, this can be done the same for an educator or for a student doing the documentation. So I'm going to click the microphone. This was my daily plan for the day and my to-do list. So far, so good. It's looking pretty well set up so far. I click stop, and then that's saved. I can click the play button to listen back to it. This was my daily plan for the day and my to-do list. So far, so good. It's looking pretty well. So I can stop that. I also have the option here to write down some extra notes. So I could make some quick notes here right in the app if I wanted. I can also do that after the fact up in the web. Okay, so I can review that there. If I want to upload this now, I'm feeling good about it, I can click up in the top right, the cloud with the up arrow. So I'm just click that, and it's going to bring up my courses. Now I can search them here. It will show your pinned ones at the top. I'm going to throw this into my demo class. Now, if I was a student, once I click that class, bang, it's up in the cloud, it's stored there for me. I can track the upload. Because I'm signed into a teacher account, so it's in this class, it's recognized me as a teacher and not a student, it actually brings up the students in the class. So if you had 30 students, you'd see all 30 students here. I've just got 2 students in this demo class. So I can tag the student whose portfolio I want this to go into. So again, everything up to this point was same student versus teacher in the My Device mode. The only difference is if you're an educator and you click into a class that you're assigned to as a teacher, it's going to bring up the class list for you to tag it to a student. So I can tag off here. You can notice I can tag multiple students, which is a newer feature to add multiple. I'm just going to throw this into my secondary demo student class and click done. So what I'll see here over time, it only showed me is one to upload. Now it's still showing the image there, and there it disappears. It says you finished uploading your evidence. I could click into this other one and go to upload it or do an audio recording here. I'm just going to leave it as that one uploaded now. Again, so via the camera app here, if I want to remove something I don't want to choose, I don't want to upload anymore, I can click the 3 dots up in it, and then I can choose to force the upload here. I can go into edit it, or I can delete it. I'm just going to click delete here because I don't want to use it anymore. And I can click to go the camera icon here up in the top left to go back to that documentation, or just swipe out of the app and it's ready to go there for me again. So important to note here, when you do documentation and upload it from the cloud, to the cloud rather, from Brightspace Portfolio in the mobile app from My Device mode, you don't review it on the app. You need to go into the web-based version of Brightspace. So as you can see here now, I'm in my web version of my class online via a browser. I'm just going to click into Portfolio. Now I'm in here as an educator account, but a student could click to go to their portfolio to review it as well. As an educator, I can see my 2 students here and review it. I can also click over to evidence to see the most recent evidence, and there I can see right now, there's that daily plan. It's usually really quick to show up. I can go back to my student view here though and click on the student to review. And so I can see, hey, there's something new here for me to review, just posted. I can click into it now as an educator. And I can click to see that image. So again, if it's more of a portrait mode, you want to click to see the whole image. Landscape mode generally shows up in the preview, so I can review that image or that video from that student. I can see there's an audio recording here as well, so I can click play. This was my daily plan for the day, and I could listen to that reflection from that student, or if it was me as the educator doing the documentation and making that recording, the student can listen to my thoughts or reflections on it. Scrolling down here, I can see right in the app, the student added a reflection. They can come back here via the web too and add a reflection over time as well. And then at the bottom, I'll see options for categorizing work. The student can add categories or the educator can add categories. Categories are great over time. So I click on add category here. It's going to show me my school or system or organization categories off the start. And so if I want to see an example here, since there was a audio reflection, I might add oral communication. But I can also, as the educator, add my own custom class categories. If I click over to class categories here, I'll see I haven't added any to this class yet, but there's an option for me to go to the category manager. I can click there, add the categories I want. Again, this might be learning skills, competencies, specific subject areas in your class, really whatever you want it to be, and then you or the student can tag those off. Only the educator can create categories. Students can see class categories and add them. Okay, you can have multiple categories as well. What categories do over time is it gives you a chance to filter. So if you wanted to say I've tagged something as math, I could just bring up students' math work to review that. Or if I wanted to see examples of collaboration, I could search collaboration and find those up too. And I can see if the students add their categories here as well. Scrolling back up off to the right then, I've got an area for feedback. So as an educator, I can click in here. The student won't see this option to add feedback, obviously, but when I post it, it will be visible to the student in the class. And if it's shared with a parent, visible to the parent as well here. So I might just take a quick message here and say, this looks like a good daily plan and that you've worked through most of it. Okay, I can click add. That would then be live then to the student and or parent guardian to review, depending on the setup. I can come back and add more comment over time. I've got an option here for rubrics. I can click add rubric, and it will bring up the rubrics I have in my class. So if this was an example for writing, I can bring up that writing rubric, and it will bring that right in for me. So I build that in the rubrics tool, and then it's here for me to go. I could go through here and assess the criteria and add individual feedback on each criteria too if I wanted for the student. Okay, I can click to collapse that. You also have the option within your organization, potentially if it's set up for you, to add expectations or standards. You'd have to add these to your class first. Brightspace offers a whole large library, generally for most of North America, I would say, and more, for you to import those standards or those expectations and assess them. You can also add in custom ones well yourself to assess with a scoring system usually set by your organization. So again, let's say here I was going to look on speaking to communicate and the student reflections. I might add those here. And then in my organization, it's set up for levels 1, 2, 3, 4. I could level those off, and that would feed into the Brightspace Mastery view. So that's the expectations or standards area. You do also here have an option for teacher-only comments. So up here, my teacher feedback area is going to the student and or parent guardian for them to review. The teacher only area is for me to make a private note for myself as the educator. If I click in here, I can add that note. Now you might get thrown off and notice there's this little visible option, like if this is private, why is it visible? What the visible option means is visible to other educators or teachers in your class. So if I turn this off, it's private to me only as the educator in my class. If it's on and I have co-teachers or other educators in my class with me, that visible means they can see it as well. Last piece here, the parent or guardian sharing. It's off by default, but if I toggle it on, what this means is if your organization is using Brightspace for parents and guardians, either via the mobile app or via the web, it gives parents their own space to log into and follow what's going on in your class. And there's a portfolio area. Now they won't see the whole student portfolio, they'll only see what's been shared via parent or guardian. Really good to know the student has access to their entire portfolio, so if a parent's logging in alongside their child, they will see everything in that area, but if they're logging into the Brightspace or Parents for Guardians area, they will only see what you've shared with them here. So look through this page, I'm going to click the back arrow to go back to my class here, and just want to highlight, I can see here for the student, I can see that it's been shared with parent or guardians because it's kind of turned a darker color here from this one where nothing's been shared. I can see I've left feedback, and I can see there's been some categories added too. As an example, if I click my filters here and I want to look through those school categories, I tag that one off as oral communication. I can see it there, it filters out only the documentation that ties to that category. You can tag multiple here, so I've got nothing that's tagged off with both of those, but I've got the two here, things tagged off with that one. Okay, I hope you found this helpful. If you did like this video or found it interesting, please feel free to click that like button down on the bottom. It helps me out and just gives kind of good feedback and reinforcement that you found this helpful. And also, if you'd like to stay on top of more videos as they're coming out from me, please feel free to click that subscribe button and the little bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, and all the best.